Good morning, everyone. A few days back, we had conducted a poll in which I had asked one question whether the next video should be on body language or resume preparation. And the vote went overwhelmingly in favor of resume preparation. So, today we shall be discussing about this subject, which unfortunately doesn't get the respect it deserves. Yeah, I don't know the reason, but most of you guys tend to keep resume preparation for the end. Just remember one point, that resume is the first instance when the company gets to form an impression about you, and as such you have to be very careful about preparing your resume. Another thing we should remember is that a resume is not a static tool. It is a dynamic instrument which has to keep changing according to the company you're applying for. Let us say you're applying for a company like Mu Sigma, where your numeracy skills are very important. There, if you're going to give your skills on C, C++ or Java, it's not going to impress them. On the other hand, if you're applying for, say, a Wipro or a Infosys, and there you give your skills on Sudoku or your Rubik Cube, this thing, or that you got a gold medal in Math Olympiad, I think probably that's not going to help. So you should be careful about your resume. It has to change according to the company you're applying for. Another thing we should bear in mind is that the concentration of a recruiter is very, very short. He is able to devote not more than 10 or 15 seconds on one particular resume. Just imagine a company like Infosys gets about 1.5 to 2 million resumes per year, which is a huge number. So most of the recruiters have a habit of reading vertically. That is where you have to see that your resume is perfect in every way. It is aesthetically good looking, well balanced, all your strengths are highlighted, and you should see that all your strengths are shown in such a way that the interviewer first, he notices your strengths. So what are the important things you have to bear in mind when you are preparing your resume? You must see that the font size is it should be readable. So I would advise on a font size of, say, about 12, and the font should not be a very ornamental. Should be simple, like, say, a Times Roman. See to it that it's not multicolored. After all, it's just a resume, not an ad for a discotheque. And see to it that every important thing is mentioned it. For example, if you are say taken part in a college fest like Samyak or Surbhi or something, it should find its place in it, because it gives an idea of, to the interviewer that you are a team player. Then apart from that, you should be taking care that you don't mention a hobby about which you don't have a knowledge. Say, for example, I have seen someone who has mentioned gardening in his resume, and all he knew about gardening was that every day morning he was pouring water in his mother's tulsi. These kind of things have to be avoided. Then another thing you should see to it that all your strengths come out. Say, for example, you have a project you feel is the clincher, so you have to see that I don't mind if even you put it in a bold. Then maybe if you're working for, say, you're applying for Wipro, and you have used one of their softwares in one of your projects, see to it that again that is highlighted, so that when the interviewer reads your resume, the first thing he notices that yes, you have used their software. Remember one thing, interview is nothing but you are marketing yourself. At the same time, you're not a roadside huckster. You have to do it in a very subtle way. You have to see that all your strengths are out. And some people have inquired whether they should mention their weaknesses. But one thing you remember is your weaknesses don't find a place anywhere in your resume or anywhere during the interview. So these are some of the things which should be taken care of when you're preparing your resume. Another thing we should take care that a resume should be prepared at least 3 or 4 times. Whenever you refine it, you will find that you will find something extra. Spell check is again very important. See to it that there are no major mistakes in it. When you're writing your academic qualifications, see to it that, it comes from the top down. Your B should be at the top, and then it should be followed by this thing, the other qualifications. We don't need any of your personal details. The interviewer doesn't bother whether you are married or whether you are single, what is your door number, whether you have a cat or a dog as a pet. These things are irrelevant, because this is a very old-fashioned way of preparing a resume. These were used when initially people used to send, the companies used to send offer letters to your residence. This is after all a campus interview, so anyway the offer letters would be delivered to their college. So I think probably, it's just a matter of wasting a space. And I think your resume should not be more than a single page. And apart from that, I think so you have to see that the resume highlights and is able to give a fair idea about who you are as a person, who you are as a technical, someone who's applying for a position, and it should make him feel that, you are suitable for that particular position. Thanks again for watching. Cracking interviews can be fun. Next time we'll come with another important topic. Till then, stay happy.